So in the lipid catabolism, main or the major pathway through which the lipids they are metabolized is beta oxidation. But there are other oxidation types also there, like alpha oxidation or the omega oxidation. But the occurrence or the ratio of such alpha or omega oxidation is very less uh, for the energy generation. Mainly lipids, they are catabolized by beta oxidation. So beta oxidation, it may be defined as the oxidation of fatty acids on the beta carbon atom. Because the
सर
yes,
सर अल्फा और ओमेगा इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है ना?
the oxidation which takes place at beta carbon of the fatty acid is termed as the beta oxidation. And through this beta oxidation, sequentially the two carbon units, that is the acetyl coenzyme A, it is sequentially removed in each step of beta oxidation. And this acetyl coenzyme A is the initial substrate for the TCA cycle. So beta oxidation is linked up with TCA cycle, or the final product of the beta oxidation is used in the TCA cycle for energy generation. So by this way, the lipids they provide the energy. Now, as for the beta oxidation, it occur on the fatty acids. The fatty acid may be short chain, medium chain, or the long chain. But in the body, free fatty acid is the concentration of free fatty acid is very less. The lipids it is stored in the form of triglyceride. So when the body require the energy, or in other terms, when the carbohydrate concentration, especially the glucose concentration, is lower down, or by any other mean, cells cannot utilize the glucose. In those conditions, the energy need of the body is fulfilled by the metabolism of fatty acids or metabolism of lipids. So in the adipose tissues, this triacylglycerol or the lipids, it is uh, metabolized, or the fatty acid is cleaved from this triacylglycerol. This cleavage of fatty acid from triglycerides is catalyzed by the lipase enzyme, and this lipase in the adipose tissue it is hormone sensitive. So in the response of the hormone, it activates the kinases, and through this kinase, the inactivated lipase is get activated, and this activated lipase cleaves this triglyceride and release the free fatty acid, and then this free fatty acid is utilized by the cells for energy generation. So for the lipid metabolism, the first step is the mobilization of the fatty acids from the adipose tissues to the vital cells. So when these fatty acids reach in the cell, then only the metabolic processes over these fatty acid is happen. So, if we talk about the metabolic stages for lipids, or especially the fatty acids, the metabolic steps we can categorize in three steps. One is the activation of fatty acid, second is the transport of fatty acid in the mitochondria, and third, the proper beta oxidation. Is this free fatty acid, it comes from the adipose tissues, and through cellular uptake this fatty acid they are taken up by the cells in the cytosol. But the actual machinery for this beta oxidation or the oxidation of fatty acid, it is present inside the mitochondrial matrix. The small chain and the medium chain fatty acids, they can pass the inner mitochondrial membrane, but the long chain fatty acids they cannot penetrate this inner membrane. So to enter the long chain fatty acid into mitochondrial matrix, there is a transporter protein, or that shuttle system is the carnitine shuttle. And for the proper beta oxidation, these fatty acids have to be activated. So these activation process occur in the cytosol. After getting the fatty acid activated, they transfer into the mitochondrial matrix. And inside the mitochondrial matrix, the beta oxidation proper occur, as the enzymes which are involved, which catalyze these the different steps of beta oxidation, they are present in the mitochondrial matrix. So the first step for the metabolism of fatty acid is the activation. तो जो हमारा जो फैटी एसिड्स हैं वो सोर्स कहाँ से है? बॉडी में जो भी फैटी एसिड है वो अधिकतर स्टोर है, लिपिड जो है वो ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स की फॉर्म में एडिपोज टिश्यूज में स्टोर है. सो जो जब बॉडी में ग्लूकोज का कंसंट्रेशन कम हो गया या सेल्स यूटिलाइज नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, देन जो लिपिड्स हैं वो एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करेंगे. लिपिड्स जो ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स हैं वो एज सच एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकते हैं. उस ट्राइग्लिसराइड को पहले ब्रेक होना पड़ेगा ग्लिसरॉल और फैटी एसिड्स में. वो क्लीवेज लाइपेज एंजाइम के थ्रू होता है, और लाइपेज एंजाइम है जो एडिपोज टिश्यूज में लाइपेज है वो हार्मोन सेंसिटिव लाइपेज है. तो जब कार्बोहाइड्रेट का कंसंट्रेशन कम हुआ तो डिफरेंट हार्मोनल चेंजेस हुए, और उस हार्मोन्स लाइक एपिनेफ्रिन या जो लाइपोजेनेसिस के हार्मोन्स हैं वो हार्मोन्स एक्ट किए. उन हार्मोन्स के रेस्पॉन्स में जो हार्मोन सेंसिटिव लाइपेज है वो एक्टिव हुआ और उसने ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स को ब्रेक किया. ये फ्री फैटी एसिड देन सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम से मूव होकर अलग अलग सेल्स में चले जाएंगे. सेल्स में अब इन फैटी एसिड्स का मेटाबोलाइजेशन होगा. इस मेटाबोलाइजेशन की 3 स्टेप्स हैं. एक है एक्टिवेशन, क्योंकि जो फैटी एसिड है उसको एक्टिव होना पड़ेगा तभी वो जो बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन है तब होगा. सो फर्स्ट स्टेप जो है वो एक्टिवेशन है, फ्री फैटी एसिड्स का एक्टिवेशन. दूसरा स्टेप, ये जो एक्टिवेशन स्टेप हुआ है वो साइटोसोल में हुआ है, लेकिन उसके मेटाबोलाइजेशन की जो इंपॉर्टेंट एंजाइम्स हैं वो माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स में हैं. इसलिए उस एक्टिवेटेड फैटी एसिड को माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स में अंदर जाना होगा. शॉर्ट चेन और मीडियम चेन फैटी एसिड वो पास हो जाते हैं इनर माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मेम्ब्रेन से, लेकिन जो लॉन्ग चेन फैटी एसिड्स हैं वो उसको क्रॉस नहीं कर पाते हैं इनर माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स को. So there is a shuttle system or translocase protein present in the inner mitochondrial membrane, जो उस long chain fatty activated long chain fatty acid को inner mitochondrial membrane को pass करने में help करते हैं. So first step is the activation. Fatty acids, they are activated to acyl coenzyme by the enzyme thiokinase or acyl coenzyme synthetase. And these reactions occur in the 2 steps and require ATP, coenzyme A and magnesium. So in the first step, the fatty acid, it is linked up with the ATP molecule and release the pyrophosphate. And due to the release of this pyrophosphate in single step, जो pyrophosphate release हो रहा है, ये हाइड्रोलाइज होगा और 2 इनऑर्गेनिक फॉस्फेट में क्लीव हो जाएगा. ये सिंगल स्टेप में क्योंकि पायरोफॉस्फेट निकल रहा है इसलिए ये एक इरिवर्सिबल टाइप की रिएक्शन है, द अटैचमेंट ऑफ एटीपी ओवर द फैटी एसिड. सो यहाँ पे अगर हम हाई एनर्जी फॉस्फेट की बात करें तो 2 हाई एनर्जी फॉस्फेट यूज हो रहे हैं. सो इट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू 2 एटीपी. And the AMP is linked up with this fatty acid and forms this adenylate fatty acid. So this intermediate then cleaved and the AMP is released and fatty acid get activated in the form of fatty acyl coenzyme A. Now this fatty acyl coenzyme A go inside the mitochondrial matrix. So for transportation or for passing the inner mitochondrial matrix, the inner mitochondrial membrane, the protein that is the carnitine helps to cross this mitochondrial membrane. The carnitine name is the beta hydroxy gamma trimethyl aminobutyrate. This carnitine is linked up with the fatty acyl coenzyme A, and for this linking and delinking of carnitine with fatty acid, there are two sort of enzymes. That is the carnitine acyl transferase, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is present in the outer mitochondrial membrane, which link up the carnitine with the fatty acyl coenzyme A and forms the acyl carnitine. ठीक है, यहाँ पे कार्निटिन और जो फैटी एसिड एक्टिवेटेड फैटी एसिड है उसकी लिंकिंग करवाएगा और एसाइल कार्निटिन में कन्वर्ट करेगा और कोएंजाइम में रिलीज होके साइटोसोलिक पूल में चला जाएगा. दिस जो ओ एसाइल कार्निटिन बन रहा है इसके लिए जो एंजाइम रेस्पॉन्सिबल है इट इज कार्निटिन एसाइल ट्रांसफरेज. नाउ दिस एसाइल कार्निटिन is transported through this carnitine acyl carnitine translocase. जो इंटरमेम्ब्रेन स्पेस है वहां पे जो एसाइल कार्निटिन बना है उसको माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स में पास करेगा और जो माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स में कार्निटिन है उसको साइमल्टेनियसली आउटपुट करेगा इनर इंटरमेम्ब्रेन स्पेस में. So this translocase protein is important for translocation of the fatty acid, activated fatty acid into the mitochondrial matrix. Now this acyl carnitine is present inside the mitochondrial matrix. Again, this carnitine has to be delinked with from the fatty acid, and this fatty acid is to be activated. So this removal of carnitine from the fatty acid, it is catalyzed by carnitine acyl transferase 2. This enzyme removes the carnitine and link the coenzyme A and regenerate the activated fatty acid inside the mitochondrial matrix. So the total reaction is the linking of carnitine to activated fatty acid, and inside the mitochondrial matrix the activated free fatty acid is regenerated and carnitine is present inside the mitochondrial matrix, and this is translocated outside into the intermembrane space and into the cytosol. So this shuttle system or transport system or the carnitine transport system is important for transporting the fatty acid from cytosol to the inner mitochondrial matrix. Once the fatty acid is reached inside the mitochondrial matrix, then only the beta oxidation proper occur. Means the oxidation steps that they will happen over the beta carbon of fatty acids. So in each step, in each cycle, 2 carbon containing acetyl coenzyme A is removed, and this cycle goes on until all the carbons they are removed in this acetyl coenzyme A. So to happen this beta oxidation proper inside the mitochondrial matrix, these are the 4 steps. And these are sequential steps. First is the oxidation, second is hydration, third is oxidation, and fourth is cleavage. After this 4th cleavage step, 2 carbon unit is released and a fatty acid which contains 2 carbon less. Means if we start from the 18 carbon, then after 1 cycle of beta oxidation proper, we will get 1 mole of acetyl coenzyme A and 1 mole of 16 carbon fatty acid. and this 16 carbon fatty acid then again go into these 4 reactions and generate one more molecule of acetyl coenzyme A and fatty acid containing 14 carbon length. So in these sequential steps, all the carbons in the fatty acid, they are cleaved into 2 carbon containing acetyl coenzyme A units. So these 4 steps, oxidation, hydration, oxidation and cleavage, they are catalyzed by different enzymes. The first oxidation step is catalyzed by the FAD linked enzyme, whereas this third oxidation step, it is catalyzed by NAD linked enzyme. So these are the sequential steps of beta oxidation proper. So in the first step, this fatty acyl coenzyme A is oxidized by the enzyme acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, and this dehydrogenase enzyme is a flavoprotein. So the reducing equivalents, they are captured by the FAD, and FAD is converted into FADH2, and after this oxidation, the molecule is converted into trans delta 2 type of acyl coenzyme A. For this beta oxidation proper, the orientation should be in the trans form. If it is in the cis form, then one step may be increased that convert this cis form into trans form. So when we talk with the unsaturated fatty acid oxidation, then it will occur because almost all type of unsaturated fatty acid which are essential for our body, they are in the cis formation. So for oxidation of such type of unsaturated fatty acid, this cis form has to be converted into trans form. So that these next reaction can go on. So this trans delta 2 enol coenzyme A is then hydrated by the hydratase enzyme. So it will convert into hydroxyacetyl coenzyme A, and at this hydroxyacetyl coenzyme A, the other round of oxidation occur, and the enzyme is hydroxyacetyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, and this is niacin link, NAD link, and the reducing equivalents, they are captured by the NAD, and the molecule is converted into ketoacyl coenzyme A, and by the action of thiolase enzyme, the 2 carbon unit is cleaved, and a molecule which contains 2 carbon less, or it is shortened by the 2 carbon, and it will go under these 4 sequential reaction until full length of fatty acid is cleaved into 2 carbon units. So this is about the even length fatty acid. Say for example, the even carbon chain fatty acid, they are cleaved by this way, and they will end up with 2 carbon units. Means if we started with the 14 carbon fatty acid, then we will get 7 moles of acetyl coenzyme A. But if the fatty acid is odd chain, then the oxidation steps, they are similar, but at the end, instead of getting the 2 carbon unit acetyl coenzyme A, we will get the 1 mole of 3 carbon containing propionyl coenzyme A, because in the even chain, the last is at the last step we will get the 4 carbon length. यहाँ पे जो है वो 4 कार्बन का होगा. जब ये क्लीव होगा तो एक 2 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम में जनरेट होंगे. लेकिन जब हम ओड चेन के साथ स्टार्ट करेंगे तो इस जगह हमारे पास 5 कार्बन की लेंथ का होगा. 5 कार्बन जब क्लीव होगा तो एक तो 2 कार्बन यूनिट निकलेगा और एक 3 कार्बन यूनिट निकलेगा. So this 3 carbon unit is the propionyl coenzyme A, and this will be used up or can be converted into succinyl coenzyme A, and this succinyl coenzyme A is a intermediate in the TCA cycle. So this propionyl coenzyme A can go inside the TCA cycle for energy generation, but the energy generation is little less in comparison to acetyl coenzyme A. So this propionyl coenzyme A, by these different enzymes, it is converted into succinyl coenzyme A. And this methyl malonyl coenzyme A mutase enzyme is important. If this enzyme is deficient in any person, then this methyl malonyl coenzyme A is not converted into succinyl coenzyme A, and the concentration of this methyl malonyl coenzyme A or the methyl malonic acid get accumulated, and it may be excreted into the urine, or into the blood. It will get accumulated. So there are the disturbance which are related with this propionate metabolism. So if the concentration of methyl malonic acid is increased in the urine, the condition is called as the methyl malonic aciduria. Now this why this is occurring? One cause is there is the deficiency of this mutase enzyme. Second is the deficiency of vitamin B12, because it is the essential cofactor for this mutase enzyme. जो ओड चेन फैटी एसिड का हमारा जो बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन है, वो या तो इवन चेन फैटी एसिड हो सकते हैं उसके सबस्ट्रेट, या ओड चेन फैटी एसिड हो सकते हैं. इवन चेन से जब बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन स्टार्ट होगा तो लास्ट स्टेप में 4 कार्बन यूनिट रहेगा, वो क्लीव होगा तो दो मॉलिक्यूल 2 कार्बन यूनिट एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम की प्रिपेयर करेगा. लेकिन जब ओड चेन से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे, सो ये जो कीटो एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए है, ये 5 कार्बन यूनिट का होगा. 5 कार्बन का जब क्लीवेज होगा तो 1 यूनिट बनेगा 2 कार्बन का, 1 यूनिट बनेगा 3 कार्बन का. 3 कार्बन का मतलब प्रोपियोनाइल कोएंजाइम ए. ये प्रोपियोनाइल कोएंजाइम ए सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम ए में कन्वर्ट होके टीसीए साइकिल में एनर्जी के लिए यूज्ड अप हो जाएगा. इसमें जो डिफरेंट एंजाइम्स हैं, यहाँ पे कार्बोक्सिलेशन रिएक्शन होगा ताकि ये जो 3 कार्बन का है वो 4 कार्बन यूनिट में कन्वर्ट होगा कार्बोक्सिलेज एंजाइम से. फिर ये जो डी आइसोफॉर्म है, ये एल आइसोफॉर्म में कन्वर्ट होगा बाय द म्यूटेज एंजाइम, sorry, this methyl malonyl racemase enzyme, and this methyl malonyl coenzyme A फिर succinyl coenzyme A में कन्वर्ट होगा बाय द म्यूटेज एंजाइम. अगर ये म्यूटेज एंजाइम या विटामिन B12 की डेफिशिएंसी है तो ये जो मिथाइल मेलोनाइल कोएंजाइम A है, ये सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम A में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो पाएगा, और मिथाइल मेलोनाइल कोएंजाइम A की कंसंट्रेशन ब्लड में या यूरिन में इंक्रीज होगा और कंडीशन मिथाइल मेलोनिक एसिडयूरिया होगा. So this methyl malonic aciduria may be diagnosed with the severe metabolic acidosis or growth retardation, and if it is the inborn error, अगर ये एंजाइम जो म्यूटेज एंजाइम है वो जेनेटिकली डेफिशिएंट है, so the newborn may die. Next type of oxidation is unsaturated fatty acid oxidation. जो previous oxidation था वो आपका saturated even chain और odd chain fatty acid का oxidation था. Similarly, we are having the unsaturated fatty acid also. And one thing, the type of unsaturation is cis type. So जब hydration reaction होगा उसके पहले ये ट्रांसफॉर्म में होना चाहिए. So there will be a one enzyme, that is the isomerase enzyme. which convert this cis form isoform into trans isoform. And जब ये ट्रांस में चला गया तो वो रेगुलर सीक्वेंस है बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन प्रॉपर की वो प्रोसीड होंगे और जो उसके 2 कार्बन यूनिट एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए है वो जनरेट होंगे. So one extra enzyme is the enoyl coenzyme A isomerase. ये कंडीशन तब है क्योंकि